I mean, layer 2 is extremely important because for blockchain to be able to scale and bring to mass adoption, you need to have a lot of transactions and a lot of different kind of transactions happening on the blockchain, in the blockchain ecosystem overall, right? But today, underlying all these blockchains are the consensus algorithm. But for any kind of a consensus algorithm to support billions of transactions and the entire world's economy running on blockchain, it is just not possible. Because in any kind of a consensus algorithm, you always have the process to communicate between multiple different nodes and let these nodes reach an agreement in terms of what is the newest state. Right? So if we put every process on this kind of a consensus layer, there's no way that we can achieve a mass adoption. Now, what layer 2 is trying to do is that layer 2 is trying to take a cautiously optimistic approach by treating the blockchain not as a central processing engine, but just a adjudication layer when bad things happen. So in the most of the cases, in the layer 2, transactions are going to take very optimistic approach by kind of a very fast settle and very fast transacting. So in a way, blockchain layer 2 is kind of building another layer of abstraction on top of the existing blockchains. And as you say in computer science, every computer science problem can be solved by an additional layer of indirection. Layer 2 is inherently more secure and more private than layer 1 transactions, because in layer 1 transaction you have the transaction record permanently recorded on a public ledger, but in layer 2 the transaction happened in the middle. There can be many different transactions happened, but in the end there's only just a settlement result. Like you basically said, okay, I'm putting in this a bunch of fund and taking in Y amount of fund. And in the middle, what happened is only you and the counterparties where you transact knows, but the entire network does not actually know that. So layer 2 is actually inherently more private and have more privacy benefits than layer 1.